Alright, so this is ridiculous, and it's going to help many of you in your ankle sprains. I had an ankle sprain on Saturday, and that's the first sprain I've had in like 3 years maybe. You know, I've been lucky and safe and smart, and I hadn't gotten a sprain, but I got a sprain. I was out on the soccer field, and I was running to kick a soccer ball with my right foot way up in the air, and I was holding a basketball with two hands also, so I had very little balance, and I jumped and kicked and had to land on my left foot right then. Didn't get it right, twisted my ankle. God, I'm down on the ground, but here's the thing, like 2 days later, that was Thursday and it's Saturday, I'm good as new. I am overcome a sprain in 48 hours that in past years would have taken me a couple weeks because I know how the body works now. So like basically, I'm not going to include any scientific links, but this is through scientific discovery, basically. You know, I've looked at journals and stuff this year, and I have a better understanding of how the body works, and obviously employing it as well. So like, basically, I feel that the body's healing is really about, one of the main components is fluid cycles, quantity of cycles. You want to pump as much garbage in and pump as much garbage out and get as many cycles as possible. And basically, what that does is it sends repair cells in and out, in and out, in and out really, really fast, right? That seems like it should be good, the way to heal. So if you sprain your ankle, there's like basically micro tears in the ankle, and your body sends stuff sends fluid, starts sending fluid, starts sending stuff. So what some people will do is ice there, and that interrupts the signal and prevents, while you're icing, from the fluid to ever get there. I want the fluid to get there, and I want it to leave. Okay, how do we make the fluid leave? Well, and you can look this up, you look at scientific studies or whatever, the pump for lymph fluid is movement. So basically, the best thing I can do is just keep moving. Walk it off, really, is what I did. I walked it off. I figured I was going to move as much as possible, because the more I move, the more I can clear the swollen fluid that comes in, so I can make the repair and remodel as good and as fast as possible. So I basically stayed on my feet and stayed moving. Sprain happened in the morning. I was on the field for a couple more hours, did max sprints and max jumps. Went to a breakdancing practice. I'm not a breakdancer, but worked on footwork and max jumps. And at the end of the night, I was throwing down some barefoot dunks on a hoop at the West Seattle YMCA. Got in the pool, came home, and got on the computer where I am now. And I have a treadmill desk, so I had that going, and I didn't stop moving until I went to sleep. And guess what? It hurt in the morning because I hadn't moved and it had swollen. So the next day, I just again move as much as possible, clear it out, and you know, by the end of the second day, it's just like no swelling. I mean, if I push in one specific part, it's injured. Another component to this is basically, I'm not exactly sure if this is true, but there's something that I've heard and it makes sense. Basically, your motion and your pain sense are tied to the same thing. Which means if you are moving, it counters the pain, basically. But if does that make sense? So like, you can move something that would be painful and the movement replaces the sense of pain. Like, you know, when you wake up in the morning and your ankles are crickety and then you walk and the pain goes away. So basically, like, you can and you should just move as much as you can on your injuries to the point that is not painful, but you can do a lot and it would counteract the pain, and all that is doing is making a really fast remodel and repair. So hope this helps with your next ankle sprain or whatever. And hell, I mean, it's like new science, completely different treatment. I'm not saying rest, I'm not saying ice, I'm saying stay on it as much as you can. And obviously this is for like a mild sprain. I mean, there's times where you need to get off the foot. And there's times where surgery is required, but anything below that, like, you know, just move as much as you can.